Good morning and welcome to the show, and thanks for waking up with us today. This morning we have Crystal Likens here in the studio. She's from Second Chance, Florida. We're going to find out about what Second Chance Florida is about and what's going on.
Good morning.
Crystal, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm glad to be here.
Now, what is Second Chance Florida?
Second Chance, we are a nonprofit organization for adults with brain injuries. We have adults with acquired brain injuries, which would be maybe a stroke or something. And we also have adults with traumatic ones, and those could be any type of accidental brain injury.
What we would call a TBI, I guess.
A TBI, correct. It's called a TBI, traumatic brain injury.
Yeah, I know a lot of veterans are coming back with TBIs.
Yes.
You know, from explosions and things like that, but anybody can get one.
Correct. We do
Yeah.
have veterans that have traumatic brain injuries that are there at our day program, but we also have just regular civilians, a lot of civilians that have maybe had car accidents. We even have one member who had a tumor, which was removed, and that would cause his brain injury.
Oh my.
So a portion of the brain was not in there.
So what does Second Chance do for these people who have suffered brain injuries or had some sort of malady?
Well, we have a program, we have an educational program, and we go throughout the day. We do physical exercises. We help them with doing their daily tasks and daily need. We have most of what we coordinate into the program are called life skills. And because after a brain injury, you have to kind of relearn things again.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah, so we do life skills coordination. They work on the basics of reading, writing. We have some yoga classes that we do. We are getting ready to do a community garden to integrate that into the program. They've done some small gardening, but we're trying to venture out to get some more gardening into the program.
And I guess that has a therapeutic value to it.
Yes, it does.
Through gardening, and also it beautifies the neighborhood or wherever your
Yeah.
garden's going to be. Where is the garden going to be?
Well, it's over at 819th on East 11th Street. So we have a little community garden in the A.D. Harris Village Center. And it's over there in between all the other buildings that are in that area. And we're hoping to grow it into a peace garden over onto the other corner of the area that we have.
Oh, how cool is that? Now,
Yeah.
have you broken ground yet? Or
We haven't broke ground. We do have the plans. Urbaflex is worth us. They got a grant for us.
Herbifex, yes. Allison Smith is a regular on this show.
Yes, yes. So we have that, Urbaflex, and we're working with them to make a peace garden.
That's awesome because
Very
she's forgotten more about plants than I'll ever know, and and she comes in here and gives us gardening tips every week. So so you
awesome.
totally have a great mentor there,
we're
in Allison
excited.
Smith and Herbifex, landscape and pest control.
Yes.
Got that little plug in. Did you get that, Allison? All right. Anyway, so where exactly is Second Chance? Is it a building? Or where is it?
It is. It's the old education. It used to be an elementary school. It's on A.D. Harris on East 11th Street. 819 East 11th Street.
And it's just called Second Chance or Second Chance Florida?
It's called Second Chance of Northwest Florida.
Of Northwest Florida.
Northwest Florida.
Okay. Now, if someone wanted to help out with your garden, I mean, what could we do?
We take volunteers all the time. The summertime, we get a lot of volunteers, which is great. We enjoy that. We have some youth coming in volunteering. We have adults that come in and volunteer. We're open for any volunteers if they want to come in, especially now that we're getting ready to do this garden, and we can incorporate them into the classes that we're going to do. We're going to have a science nature room, which will be in conjunction to the Peace Garden area too.
Okay, and when are you going to break ground for the garden?
We haven't got a date on that yet from Urbaflex, but I know they're trying to get that going pretty soon.
Okay.
We would like to get that going, and they have already started doing the proposal for getting the room built on. Well, the room is already there, but we're getting a proposal where we can get the grant to fund that room.
Okay, we've got to run off to the local weather, but on the other side of the weather, I want to learn more about Second Chance and what people can do to help you out. Can you take money? Can we just show up? What do we have to do to help out Second Chance and this peace garden that you guys are starting out there? We'll be right back after your Waking Up With Don weather. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Crystal Likens from Second Chance of Northwest Florida. Well, here we are again, and I got to confess I didn't know about Second Chance. Maybe someone told me about it one time, but how do people find you? I mean, say I've had a brain injury or some sort of, brain abnormality, which you might get a vigorous conversation on anyway. But say, seriously, I needed those type of services. How would I even find you?
Well, we do have a Facebook page here. You can go to Second Chance of Northwest Florida. You can look it up through that way. If anyone is going through any rehab services here, they connect you directly to our program after you went through rehab.
I see. So if I go through rehab will introduced me to you, to Second Chance Florida, to say, okay, now you need to go out into the community for the next step of your rehabilitation.
Correct.
And you guys help with that.
We do. We encourage and keep the members that come into our organization, get them involved in community things so where they can get back into the community and feel like they're a part of the community again. Many of the members, when you come back from a brain injury, they'll have depression.
Sure.
Their lives are not the same anymore. You know, they're trying to deal with, what do they do now? Why am I not the person I was before?
Yeah,
So we
and having to
encourage
relearn basic tasks, I can only imagine the level of frustration that some people may have to go through.
Yeah, so we're there to encourage them and give them things to do to feel like they can get back into the community and do things again.
And how do you do all that? I mean, do you have a full-time staff there?
We have 2 full-time staff members and we have 2 part-time members. Of course, we always take interns and volunteers that come in to help because it takes a lot to man the members and their different types of brain injuries that they have depending on their injuries.
So I guess you have different activities arranged for different people for different purposes, I suppose. This garden, this peace garden that you're creating sounds like a good one.
Yes.
And you've also got something coming up this weekend, some sort of camp or something?
Yes, the members are going to what's called Camp TBI.
Camp TBI.
They look forward to it every year, And they go to it's down to Fruitland, Florida. And they have different events there scheduled. They get to do a dance and they get to do some art expression. We also have different things there when they're down. They get to do for the caretakers so they can be involved and learn how to build them back up for those who are staying home with the members who do have brain injuries.
And these are all adults.
They're all adults, yes.
So we're talking about adults that go to, Camp TBI, and of course they're probably well supervised.
Yes, yes. We have a large group of volunteers this year, and actually the Camp TBI was filled up this year, and it never fills up that fast. So, which is good. That means the word is getting out, and the people who have brain injuries are getting help and have a place to go.
How many people are you helping? How many clients do you have?
We have around 25 members at our adult daycare program.
That's awesome stuff. So if I wanted to help or someone watching this wants to help Second Chance Florida, what do we do? Just go to your Facebook page?
You can go to the Facebook page and find out all the different things we do, but also you can give us a call, and our number is 769-7779.
Crystal Likens from Second Chance of Northwest Florida, thank you so much for the work you do, and thanks for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
And good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Pamela Elliott from Elliott Vocal Studios and Talent Agency right here in Panama City on 23rd Street.
Hi, Don.
In the big Octagon. Good to see you.
In the big Octagon, yes.
In the Octagon building that you can't miss because it
That's
says
right.
Elliott Vocal Studios right out in front.
It sure
Got
does.
the big sign. You just can't miss that place, which is a wonderful facility. Oh, by the way.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
So-
It is. We do a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, you do. I mean, beside lessons and music lessons, instrument, voice, all the things that you do, you have a lot of different kind of classes going on there too. Don't
We
you?
do. We've got acting on camera group. We've got, anything just about that you can think of to do with instruments or voice.
Yeah, and you also have the talent agency there
have
too.
the talent agency,
So if you're an aspiring actor who needs work, not only can we
give us
get
a call.
Yeah.
And also we offer that free acting on camera group the second Saturday of every month. Now it's going to be different in June. It'll be the 20th, which it'll be tomorrow. No, actually it'll be next week.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But it'll be the 20th of June because we have an expo to do tomorrow. So.
Okay, well, cool.
But-
Now you've got the summer camps for kids happening
yes,
now too.
Yes, a lot of them. We have 8 summer camps. Actually, we just did one, so we got 7 more left. And right now, we have a little Facebook thing. If you go like us on Facebook at Elliott Vocal Studios, like us, and we're keeping track of that, and then come in and let us know that you liked us. We will give you 10% off of the camps.
All right, so just go to Elliott Vocal Studios on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like them, come on in and get
Yes.
10% off of your summer camp.
That's right.
So just seek
It's
it out.
easy as that.
Yeah, and you can learn more about the summer camps on Facebook or on your website too, I guess.
Yes, you can go to elliottvocalstudios.com, and there is a lot of good information on there. We've got it all lined out. You can even sign up for camp on there too.
Wow. Well,
You can pay and everything.
Well, tell me a little bit about the camps. I mean, all ages, or how old do you have to be?
The age group is from 4 to 16, of course, and
Wow.
they're split up in age groups and everything.
Right.
So, and there's details about that on our website. So you can go on the website.
So your
and see that.
4-year-old won't be in class with a 16-year-old.
Oh,
It'll
no,
be like
no, no.
what, 4 to 8 or 4 to 10 or whatever. it
No,
is.
4 to 6.
4 to 6. That's probably the right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going. That
Yeah.
would be weird.
Yeah.
But and the older ones, of course, we do totally different stuff. I mean, they get introduced to all kinds of different instruments. Band instruments as well as guitar and piano, and so I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so they'll get exposure to all different types of instruments.
Yes.
And I guess it's never too early to start creating that interest in music for kids.
Yes, and they get a lot of vocal help too, and for the price and the hours of the camps, it's a great value.
Now, is there a limit to the class size? I mean, if you enroll your kid and you
Yes,
get lost with a bunch of kids?
it is limited. We don't put 20 kids in a class because that's just too many, and we want them to learn. So no, it is.
So it's usually a
limited.
pretty small group.
Yeah,
of kids.
it's pretty small.
And
yeah.
who are the instructors there?
We have Kaylee Story, who is over all the camps this year. Tanya will be coming in. Dajanay, she'll be doing some of her teaching in the camps. We'll also have Chris Godborough introduce saxophone. We'll have Chaz Butler introduce trumpet. Of course, on Austin Lee will introduce guitar and piano. And we have Clinton Wallace that will be introducing percussion.
So all of these instructors are no kidding musicians, right?
And we are in flute. I actually flute and piccolo too with, oh my goodness, Delisa Youngblood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flute and piccolo.
Yeah, we've got it all, man.
So the kids will get exposed
All
to
kinds of
all these
stuff.
different instruments, as well as, I guess there'll be some music theory as well.
Yeah, and all kinds of stuff. Solfege, music theory, just.
And how long does the
vocal
camp run for? Is
exercises, all
it
kinds of
like a
stuff.
week or something, or a couple
It's
days?
4 days.
4 days?
Each camp has 4 days.
That's a great activity for the summer for the kids. I mean, school's
It
getting out
is.
soon, so now's the time to start thinking about it.
Yeah.
So if people want to learn more about the camps, they go to your website, right?
Yes, they can go to elliottvocalstudios.com and just click on the text, the white text that talks about camps, and it'll open up and give you all the information
And give you all the info you need, and of
or
course,
call us
naturally.
at 850-215-6050.
And you can find out all about the camps, and make sure to go to Facebook and say
like
like
us
and get
on
that 10%
Facebook.
off.
That's right.
Pamela Elliott, thank you so much for coming on the show, and
Thanks, Don.
have fun with those kids at those camps.
Oh, yes,
It's going
we
to be
will.
great.
Okay.
And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Jim Barr. You may remember Jim from a previous interview about senior baseball and all the good things he does out there at Gulf State College. But Jim, I've had you back only because we ran out of time in the last interview to talk about how you stay so healthy. I know you stay active. You're throwing a 75-mile-per-hour pitch, and you're 75 years old, and that's pretty darn good. And you had mentioned there were 3 things that you did to relieve your stress, and that's what you attribute your good health to.
Yes, Don. Several years ago, I decided if I were going to survive, since I lost all my immediate family members to cancer, then I had to figure out a way to eliminate or reduce the stress in my life. And I was able to do that. It really boils down to the power of the mind. And the 3 areas that were causing me the most problems, I was second guessing myself about everything. So I decided no more of that. I'm just going to say whatever happens in my life has happened for a reason or a purpose. Now, you have to be a believer for that to be applicable. You've got to believe that there's divine intervention or divine guidance. So I never allow anything to affect me physically, mentally, or emotionally, because I believe it happened for a reason and purpose. The second reason, for years I was so concerned, been in politics particularly. I wanted
That's right. I remember you run for superintendent.
I
and all that,
wanted
yeah.
everyone to like me, and I decided that's not possible. So I'm going to treat everyone fair, right, and honest. And if they don't like Jim Barr, so be it. The third reason, I was always so concerned, am I going to be prepared for tomorrow? And allowed that to be a stressful situation for me. So I decided the way I'm going to handle that, I'm going to do the best that I can this day. And if it's not good enough for others, so be it. And my little take on the stress, I take this from the children's movie Frozen. When stress is in your life, just let it go.
Yeah, and for some people it's not quite that easy, but that's just a mental hurdle you've got to get past. And if you couple that with physical fitness, I mean, that creates some sort of, I don't know, some sort of circle. If you feel good, you'll mentally feel good as well. I mean, there's that whole mind-body connection.
Yes, I think you really have to combine it with regular exercise and eating the right foods. For example, I stick to the 14 super foods. I stay away from salt, sugar, red meat, fried foods, and wheat products. Because I have just decided in my research that these foods are not going to help me live the healthy lifestyle that I want to live.
Jim Barr, do you plan on retiring any day or any time? Or are you going to just keep going on as long as you can go on?
Gosh, as much as I enjoy my work every single day, Don, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking about it because I have some other interest.
You're going to go on to bigger and better things?
Well, I'm not sure if they'll be bigger, but I think things that I want to pursue. Of course, my mission in life is to help other people, inspire others to learn more and dream more and be more. And I've got a couple of avenues that I think might put me in a position to really capitalize on that.
Well, I could see how that positive mental attitude is going to keep you going for many, many years to come. Jim Barr, thank you so much. Senior athlete, pitcher, and Renaissance man.
Thank you, Don. I really appreciate you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks for coming on the show, Jim. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I have some good people here from the Alzheimer's Alliance to tell us about what they've been up to. I've got Gene McDougall and I have Derek Williams from the Bay County Sheriff's Office. And thank you so much for coming out on the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
Now, what is your involvement with the Alzheimer's Alliance? Gene?
Well, I volunteer. I volunteer because my grandmother is an Alzheimer's patient and she does live with me. And it is challenging, but it's really rewarding to be able to go out and raise money for the bracelets that we give to Alzheimer's patients here locally. And
what function does the bracelet serve? I mean, if they get lost or something, people will be
right,
able to
yeah,
identify
absolutely.
them?
Sometimes, you know, they walk outside and they wander and then they get lost and they don't know where they are. And the bracelets have a GPS on them so that we can track them.
So they're pretty high-tech stuff. Now, Derek, you're a sheriff's deputy.
Yes, sir.
And what's the sheriff's involvement in all this?
Well, our involvement, we team up with the Alzheimer's Alliance. And when a patient comes from the Alzheimer's Alliance, we want to go out and put the bracelet on them. And with that bracelet, it comes with a frequency number. So therefore, every patient has their own certain frequency. So if they ever was to wander out and get lost, we're able to track them. So therefore, the caregiver know where they're at. We can get them back to safely as possible. I'm the one that go out and make sure every month, once a month, I go out and change out the batteries. I make sure all the equipment is in good tack, is in good care. If not, I change it out. So therefore, they can keep that service going with us 24 hours. You know, any time is always available. I go out, I give them a login sheet. So therefore, when the caregiver check the batteries and check the equipment, they log it in. If something goes wrong with it, they have a direct number they call, and we get out to them as quick as we can.
Well, that's just a wonderful system. I didn't know anything about this at all.
Yes.
I really didn't, and I think it's amazing that you guys have kind of teamed up to do this and bring the technology that's needed to keep track of these folks, because they're people's loved ones.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Now, if someone, if an Alzheimer's patient with a bracelet gets lost, do they have to do anything like push a button, or is it always transmitting?
It's always transmitting. What happens is the caregiver cannot locate their mother, father, sister, brother. What they does, they call to the sheriff's office, and the sheriff's office know that the person is missing, and directly, with the GPS inside of the monitoring system, we're able to locate exactly where that where that bracelet is transmitting at, and we can get a unit right out right then and go and get them, bring them back home to safety.
That's just amazing.
Yeah, so there's nothing they have to do, just wear it, keep it with them.
Now, Jean, your grandmother has one of these things?
No, she's not in need of one yet, but if you do know anybody that needs one, please reach out to us, and we'll be happy to. That was going to be my next question. Provide, yes, absolutely.
If one of your loved ones is in need of one of these bracelets, who do they call?
It's the Bay County Caregivers.org.
BayCountyCaregivers.org.
Correct.
And you can keep track of your loved one who may have Alzheimer's, and you guys will help find them if they get lost.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for everything that you do, and thank you for coming on the show and getting us smart on this. BayCountyAlzheimer's.org.
Yes.
This is not one of these bracelets, by the way.
Bay County Caregivers.
BayCountyCaregivers.org. Let's put that up in letters so I don't screw it up again. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.